Hello everybody and welcome back to the creations of Gildmoor. It's been a minute. I've had some stuff going on, but we're all back here at the virtual table and ready to play. Last time, you guys were exploring Sarnia with some heavy bout of character-on-character conflict and a pile of adventures as you head through the desert city, all with the task of making it through the Lovers Festival and then eventually meeting Princess Mahon in the castle for a important discussion between your companions, Bridget and Ginny, to get access and the permission to seek out the Library of the Ancients. In order to find information on Antinethine and Nithine if you can, find some more whereabouts about personal endeavors that each of you are pursuing, and of course to escort your companions Bridget and Ginny into the research that they are hoping to develop, which was unknown. As you were exploring the city of Sarnia, I would like to remind you all that you've been here approximately 2 days. Which,
the fuck?
I know, D&D game time is crazy, yo. 2 days of game time. You've enjoyed the Lovers Festival, you've explored the Black Exchange, a lucrative series of markets underground, you've gotten into a bunch of mischief. There were papers that came out written about some of your companions, and a bounty hunter was revealed to be chasing Nev. All a series of insane things that have been going on in Sarnia. You returned back to the inn you were staying in the hopes of finding Bridget and Ginny, and discussing next possible steps. Upon arriving outside the door, it was locked, though you did hear voices inside. When you knocked, one of your companions replied that they were casting a spell and needed a minute. The nosy fuckers you are, realized that there was green light protruding from the room. Instead of just letting your companions cast a spell, you deemed this sus as hell, and kicked the door down mid-spellcast. As you did in the process, the door opened, was kicked down, and your companions were revealed. Bridget to be casting a spell on the paladin of Aphrodite herself, who had not finished fully taking her reformed image. Where you once see a short red-haired paladin with a usual incandescent glow, now instead you see greens and pinks mixed together in a deep form of necrotic arcane magic, revealing parts of a skeletal form that lie beneath the visage of Ginny Aston. You all see this, some through a moment of shock as it happens. Ginny, with a charming half smile over a still half skeletal face, holds up her hands and goes, I can explain. And that is where we left off. So, the Deadly Sins. What are you doing now?
Can I cast Dispel Magic?
Dispel Magic?
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's insane.
What?
Stay dead. She just
Will it kill her, or will it just make her I want the illusion?
All right.
Allison,
what the
already
fuck?
finished. She already finished casting the spell. I remember, she had her whole face.
She's finishing casting the spell. It's not fully casted yet. You can still see the half skeletal face.
I'm gonna cast. I want to tell. Okay, right before I cast Dispel Magic, Cecilia is a wizard. What type of magic is happening? Is it just necromancy and illusion? What is happening there?
Would you like to cast Detect Magic, or would you like to cast Dispel Magic?
Maybe start with Detect.
So Detect Magic, though, is a ritual.
It can be casted.
Can I do before I cast? But before I do that, can I just do an Arcana check to see if I understand what's happening? Because I understand that it's everything's happening in a very short time frame.
Yeah, this is happening rapid fast. So you open the door, you see Ginny and Bridget and the magic that is being cast. Go ahead and make an Arcana check. You will be doing so against Ginny's deception.
Okay.
Or is it Bridget's deception? It's Bridget's deception, my apologies.
Okay, I'm gonna use
my dice has
Chronal
cocked
Shift,
twice.
because I rolled bad.
I cannot tell if that's a 9 or a 19. Okay. What did you roll?
Okay. 17 plus 7 is 24.
24.
Just a heads up, I did use Chronal Shift, so my reaction is gone.
Okay. It's really hard to tell. This is a really, really well-woven set of magic. You can definitely, I will say on a 24, though you do not beat Bridget's deception. This is an incredibly
before you
well-crafted
keep talking,
magic. Okay.
Before you're right. Once per short rest, if you miss an attack roll or fail an ability check or something, though, you can gain a bonus equal to the number of allies you can see within 30 feet. I can see 5 of my allies within 30 feet. Can I add a +5 to that?
Jesus Christ!
Listen, this is everything to me, okay? You've given me a magical mystery.
Okay, so
I've also used Saving Place.
So what
that turns it into a 29.
29.
29.
Okay. Even with a nat 20, because nat 20s don't mean anything on ability checks, you are able to see past Bridget's incredible well-woven thread, spiderweb of arcane magic. There are several schools of magic going on here, just with Bridget's incantations, which you've seen Bridget's arcane imprint before. It's green. In this instance, you can see that Bridget has casted some kind of illusion-based magic, a heavy dose of necromantic magic, and there are even traces of transmutation in here. It's a very well-woven, intricate spell, though it does lean heavy on necromancy. The second thing you see is that coming from Ginny, though not the source, you can't tell where the source of the magic is. It seems to just be all around her. There is a pink stream of magic. Now, you can tell intrinsically that this is not Ginny's magic, though Ginny's magic is pink. This is richer, more profound. This is divine in nature. And it is working in tandem with Bridget's spell. Both of them are working almost as equally hard to cast this magic. With that knowledge, do you cast a spell magic?
Okay. The divine magic, you said it's pink like Ginny's magic, but it's not Ginny's magic?
It's richer. It's
probably Aphrodite's.
So it's Aphrodite's magic, not Ginny's.
The only way that you can tell it's not Ginny's is with a very high roll and a perception of something that feels more organic. Pure. And it's coming from somewhere else.
Do I get a sense of that Arcana check? How high the level this spell is?
I mean,
would you say it's a level 3?
I would say probably not. I'd say that you'd go ahead and say this is pretty powerful magic.
Okay, I'd have to roll for it.
Unless you know a level 3 spell that can make a dead body look real.
I just have to check. I want to see the vibe of how high I would need to roll of the dispel magic. Do I get a sense also in that Arcana 29 that if I were to dispel magic, Ginny would die?
You don't know.
I don't want to kill her.
No, you don't. But you don't know. It's unclear.
That's so fascinating, Stella. Okay. Well, I'm not going to dispel magic because this is my friend. Bridget's my friend, and I trust her to an extent to not be casting evil magic. And I'm worried it will kill her. Or me. I don't know what'll happen if I try to dispel that. But I will cast Detect Magic. Actually, instead of casting Detect Magic, can I cast Identify?
Oh, I was gonna say, are you gonna sit on the floor and start ritually casting?
Identify takes... Can you cast Identify as...
You can cast Detect Magic or Identify with a spell slot.
As like
and
an action?
It would be instantaneous, yeah. You'd have to use a level 1 spell slot.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll cast Identify.
Okay. You begin casting a spell.
I want to cast Identify. Will it just identify the spell, or will it also identify what Ginny is?
You are casting Identify the spell. The second your mouth opens and you hold out your hand to cast a spell, Bridget sends a wave of green energy that knocks the spell out of the air.
Did she counterspell me?
She did.
I'll counterspell the counterspell.
You've used your reaction.
Oh, fuck, I've used my reaction! Shit!
She knocks your spell out of the air. As she does, you can still see she's intently muttering as she's casting another spell, because you do not need concentration to cast a counterspell. She sends a wave of energy out to you to counter the spell, and immediately goes, "Don't hurt her!" And you get the sense that she can't tell at the moment what you were trying to cast. And as she kind of holds out a hand, you see her teeth. There's a wild look in her eyes. It's like a dark, momentarily wild look at being caught doing something she's really not supposed to do. And as she casts the spell, Ginny holds out a hand towards Bridget and goes, "Bridge, relax! Relax!" And holds out a hand towards you and goes, "I can explain if you'll give us a second."
Yeah, Aurora, go.
Yeah, Aurora's going to like quickly trying to process what she saw. She puts a hand on Cecilia's shoulder, and she goes, "We won't hurt you." She looks at Cecilia, and then back to Ginny. "We were just merely startled. Clearly, we did the same to you. Is there anything we can do to help?"
Cecilia will shoot Aurora a look like, "Do not get us involved in this. We should not be aiding and abetting whatever this is. This could be illegal." Do I know what they're doing is illegal? Is necromancy, like, it's frowned upon?
Necromancy.
Now the party's worried about being an accessory to crime.
Wait a minute.
Listen,
wait a minute.
I'm an academic. I could lose a lot of certifications.
Now
I could lose
now
good
you get worried about this.
reputation. Murder.
Now
whatever.
you get worried about this.
Dangerous dark magic. Hey, I could hear it out, but maybe
Says-
let's not be
says-
aiding and
says
abetting.
the one-
That is
says the one
person
with the
who took a
cursed
cursed book.
Yeah,
Hey.
with the cursed books. Wait, are
Yeah.
we? Wait. Are we having this conversation in character?
I don't think so.
I'd go ahead and say
No, I
yes.
just gotta give you a
I'd
look
go
of,
ahead and
like,
say you totally
No.
can have this conversation in person because necromancy is typically outlawed.
Glorb neither knows nor cares about that, so my comment was not in character.
I'm just saying, we should know what's happening. I don't know why I'm Southern all of a sudden. Turn Southern.
It's
I don't
contagious.
know
It's
Cecilia's
contagious.
like Cecilia suddenly revealed to us she's actually a Southern belle.
I am, yeah. I'm just saying we should figure out what's happening before we are complicit.
Maybe we should go in. I think we kicked down the door. So I mean.
Okay, yeah, like everybody go in. We all file in. And
Aurora just picks up the door and puts it back in place.
You pick up the door.
I think I have mending.
Does anyone know
I've got
mending?
mending.
No, you got mending. I don't have mending.
I also have mending.
Why do I find it funny that Cecilia doesn't have mending?
I sometimes do. I have cantrip specialist, so I can switch them out.
Anyways.
So I sometimes do.
If it was broken off its hinges, if there's two hinges, Viz and Nev can both do it.
What if they like accidentally one of them put hinges on one side, the other one put hinges on the other side, so they basically just bolt the door to the
I
wall.
like to imagine that this isn't a magic spell doing it. They're literally just fixing the door.
Yeah.
They have drills and
Yeah,
shit.
it was like Aurora kicked it so hard that one of the hinges actually popped right off, and so like someone has to go find it.
Nev's version of mending is just like casting a spell to materialize a power drill and then doing it manually.
That's what I was just about. That's what I was just about to say. Bridget's like concentrating, and there's just the sound of like through the hall.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's like out of nowhere you just hear a jackhammer, even though it's not a jackhammer.
Oh my god.
It's a construction zone.
Yeah. We suddenly have yellow vests and hard hats. Sorry. Anyways, continue. Nev and Viz are fixing the door.
So Nev and Viz begin fixing the door. As you guys quickly cast your spell and fix the door, Bridget looks one more time towards you all and then doesn't relax her shoulders. She's still extremely tense, but Bridget Ginny kind of locks eyes with her, and they can continue the incantation. From what you can see, as Ginny's skin molds back over her skeletal form, Ginny is not physically speaking, but her brow is creased and she's in intense, locked-in focus, as her feet are kind of rooted into the ground and she holds very, very still. But you can still see that pink magic exuding from her. Bridget is deeply concentrating. Every word, every cadence, every step she says, deeply rhythmic. And a minute passes. 2 minutes pass.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can I get like out of Bridget's line of sight and try to sneakily cast Identify again?
Oh dear lord.
So, make a stealth check to see if you can get out of her line of sight. Because I want you to remember she's deeply suspicious of you in particular.
Okay, I just want to figure out what's happening. Can I say that? Can I just be like, I just want to figure out what's happening? Don't mind me. It's not going to interfere with anything, I promise. I'm not interfering. I'm just curious. Can I say that?
Ginny goes,
You're just like slowly like itching to the side.
Ginny
I'm
goes,
just going to be taking notes. Nobody worry about me.
the spell won't waver until it's done. You can look at it after. We just need a minute. Can you sit still? Please.
What does that doesn't make any sense. Once the spell's done, I can't cast Identify on it.
She's implying you can cast
Could I?
Identify on her.
Okay. I'll wait.
Alright. A minute passes. 2 minutes pass. Then, you see the rest of Ginny's skin reappear back over her face. For a moment, as her brow furrows, skin over a brow that furrows, by the way, this time, a pink shimmer kind of ruptures from around her skin. You see a red, healthy glow begin to return to her cheeks. You see her eyes, as they open, brighten to a natural blue that they are. Her hair gets silkier. And as she takes a deep breath, she looks exactly like herself again. Bridget collapses on the floor.
Oh. Huh. Well, this was a very eventful day.
As she collapses to the ground, Ginny's eyes open and she rushes over. She looks over at you, Aurora, who's standing closest to the nightstand. There's a small, like, flask of water, and she goes, the water!
Aurora quickly looks at the water and then gives it to Ginny.
Ginny unscrews it, picks up Bridget's mouth and gently opens it and pours some water inside. A second she does, Bridget coughs and begins to return. You see that Bridget's face is pale. This took a lot of magical effort. And she's kind of trembling a little bit as she sits into like a cross-legged position, with Ginny kind of hovering over her. As Ginny looks up at you all, she kind of tilts her head and kind of goes, now, I'm sure you can probably gather why you're not supposed to have seen that.
We're starting to wonder, yes.
Honestly, Viz and I were taking bets of whether you were a werewolf or not.
A werewolf?
Eh, we were close.
Viz, for anyone nearby, is writing something in a personal journal, and the only thing it says is Ginny is a skeleton, and then that's it.
I love
You dumbass, everyone has a skeleton.
I didn't say has a skeleton, I said is. Is,
Well,
and he
yeah,
underlines is a bunch of times.
Well, yes, well, at the end of the day, aren't we all skeletons?
I don't want to think about
Anyways,
that.
that.
Man.
But
That's
we're
too-
not gonna argue the semantics of this.
Back to the subject at hand.
Damn.
And she kind of
Are you gonna counterspell me if I identify you now?
You look down at Bridget, and Bridget has passed out.
Damn.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Ginny kind of,
Well, she can't say no.
with the back of
That's
one
a
hand.
terrible. You just saying out of
Jesus.
context.
Holy
Out of context.
shit.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my
Dear
god.
lord.
Nev is horrible. I've established this.
Nev has like zero sympathy.
No.
He's like, okay, whatever.
Ginny picks Bridget up gently, kind of swings her over a shoulder, and walks over to the bed where you could tell the difference between the two because Bridget's bed is made and Ginny's is not. Puts her on the bed and kind of like tucks her in. You can see she's like passed out, and Ginny goes, she'll usually sleep for like at least 25 minutes each after. So it's just me.
Okay. Cecilia will cast Identify on Ginny.
Okay. Ginny kind of like holds out her hands. Will you cast it immediately, or will you ritually cast it?
I will cast it ritually this time. Yeah, ritually. So I'll get out all the little things.
Okay. Let me just pull this up. You cast Identify on Ginny. And this is what a voice repeats back to you. A reborn. Death isn't always the end. Some reborn exemplify this, being individuals who have died, yet somehow still live. Some reborn exhibit the scars of fatal ends, their ashes, flesh, and bloodless veins making it clear they have been touched by death. Other reborn are marvels of magic or science, being stitched together from disparated beings or beings of mysterious minds and manufactured bodies. Whatever their origins, reborns know a new life and seek experiences and answers, all on their own. Ginny is dead.
Does it? Yeah. Did the Identify say something like, can I get anything about the spell that they were casting to bring her back to life or keep her alive, essentially?
Oh, pardon me. I thought you were casting Identify on Ginny.
I wanted to get it on the spell.
On the spell. You can cast another Identify if you'd like. Just on top of the additional ability. The spell that you identify has no name. Nothing to identify it. But it picks up strangled pieces. Spell to restitch and remake. It's just discordant. It doesn't really know how to identify this, but it is attempting to. It's a poorly made AI generated answer. But it is essentially trying to stitch a solution for you back in place. Spell seems to be illusionary. Creates an illusion of restored body. body. That's what you get.
Does the identify tell me how long Jenny's been dead?
Ooh, how long Jenny's been dead?
If not,
I don't think so. Probably not.
Viz was just about to ask.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Viz is
You
gonna
can
be
also
like,
let
"What
her answer
happened
for
and
herself.
how long?"
Well, I guess that's fair that I owe you an answer to that question. Okay. Do you want the short story or the long story?
I'm a reporter. I'll take any fucking story, dog.
Okay. All right. Okay, I'll give you the mixed review. How about that? So as y'all know, I come from Tyrosa originally. And growing up, as you can imagine, I might have been spiritly in nature. Okay. I don't really know where to start with this, but essentially, I wasn't the most cordial of nobles. And though I wasn't
You
the heir to
pissed
the
somebody off real bad and they killed you.
No, that's not what happened. Okay, first of all, way to make assumptions. I'll have you know that people loved my spirited nature, including my parents. But there was a little bit of... In Tyrosa, there are 4 major houses. You know, 4 major houses. And of the 4 major houses, I think, as you can imagine, some of them might be a little more, uppity than other houses. So I, had a torrid, romantic affair with one of them. And, I think after things, ended, my parents were a little bit concerned. So they wanted to give me something to do. So, about 4 months before my 23rd birthday, they offered me a chance to travel with, Sir Kirkland. He was, yeah, I was supposed to go to Ascaria and deliver some goods, important word to the advisors of King Adonis there. I wasn't told what it was, but, I did accompany them, and it gave me something to do. It gave me some ways to sharpen my skills and become better with the sword. And, it was a long journey. No casualties, handful of injuries at sea. I fought some monsters, but we were able to pass through Athenenia with no issues. Sir Kirkland went to go speak with the king, and I got to explore the city. And that's where I found Aphrodite and began to learn of her nature and her power and what she can offer to the world. And I love this city. I thrived in a place that was so full of life and under control. And I enjoyed the freedom of moving, but I fell in love with Faith there. Anyway. I swore myself to the love god in the temple when I was there, and took the oath of a holy knight. And we were there for another couple weeks, and when I was there, weird things started happening to me. I could hear Aphrodite speaking to me, telling me that something was coming, a warning. I didn't know what it was, but I found out soon enough. We were leaving. I was following Sir Kirkland out of the city, and we were attacked. Bandits, they said later. It was a massacre. They killed Sir Kirkland first. They tried, anyway. Punctured his abdomen, but he fought like a storm, as he did. He's the one who taught me how to use a sword, so naturally I got in a position myself. We fought them off. Chased them away, but Sir Kirkland had been stabbed in the abdomen, and I had, well, this. And she kind of pulls her shirt down just to above her chest line, and you can see that horrible slash that some of you have seen once before. It goes from the tip of the shoulder across the collarbone all the way down to the other side of the armpit. And as you look at it, you realize now more than ever that this is a fatal wound. You do not recover from something like that. And it's very likely that she was sliced open almost entirely. She kind of pulls her shirt back up. Before I had left, Bridget had given me a sending stone. We'd been talking on it back and forth for a while. And as I was dragging Kirkland back towards the castle walls outside of Athenenia, I sent her a message. I didn't think we were gonna make it. And I don't think I did. I remember passing out, and when I woke up, Bridget was in a spell circle with me, and she was exhausted. But I was alive, and after that, my gash never fully healed. My hair, when it got too long, would just wither away. I've been cutting it shorter and shorter. Used to be down to my waist. Now, I have to keep it this length. I had restless nights where I couldn't remember my nightmares. And then I guess Bridget realized that I couldn't keep going on like that because she told me the truth. I died that night. And Bridget, with the help of Aphrodite, restored my body. And my lady gave a glamour to keep up my appearances, but under this skin, I am nothing but bones now. We've been looking for a way to bring me back fully since, but it's been challenging. How do we find a way to bring me back without telling people what I am? And if we don't tell people what I am, they can't help us, but if we tell people what I am, we get chased from town to town. Then, at the castle, we caught word of the library. There's supposed to be remnants of a powerful healer from the time of the Call of the Gods there. A library where, perhaps, some of his scripture still exists. They say he was able to restore the dead with a snap of his fingers. And so that's where we're going. Any other follow-up questions as to why I'm a walking pile of bones? I'm sure you have a few. I'm happy to answer what I can. Keep in mind, a lot of between the night I died and when I woke up fully is blurry.
This might be more of a question for Bridget, but what does she cast on you?
It's homemade. She combined a usage of her necromantic studies. She practiced it on a squirrel before she used it on me, but it only works because my goddess is helping me do it.
I kind of
Can I?
It was. Oh, I kind
Can
of.
I
figured...
try to? Oh, sorry. Keep talking.
Oh yeah, and I was just gonna say I kind of figured that this wasn't gonna be something by the books.
Can I, like, try to subtly look at Cecilia when she asks that question and see, like, what the vibe is when she's asking?
Like what the vibe of Cecilia is?
Yeah, well, because I think we kind of know that you want to resurrect your mom, and you're, like, getting all excited asking about a semi-resurrection-ish spell. So I just want to, like, take a look. Like, how into this are you?
I think Cecilia's trying to be pretty, like, passive. She's intense. But very, like, kind of like a scholarly intense, just, like, very intensely listening. and kind of like very like brow furrowed and just like trying to make sense of it.
Okay. Okay.
Viz will walk over to Ginny, and he'll pinch her arm.
You pinch the arm, she goes, ah! And it's real skin.
Huh. So, like, you can still feel everything, but you're just a skeleton.
Yeah, essentially. All the pleasures and pain that come from human life exist within this skeletal form, as long as Bridget keeps casting the spell. I'm sure, as you've noticed, the longer we go without it, the more obvious it perhaps is that I am being assisted in some capacity. But I bleed, I sleep, I eat, I drink. Although I don't think I need to eat. I do. Makes me feel better.
How often is this? Like, how often do you have to do this?
Well, about once a month. If I hold it off a couple extra weeks, it's, not as pleasant for Bridget. The longer you wait, the more likely she is to sleep longer.
It's harder the longer you wait.
Exactly.
More effort.
Yeah. I would also like to make it clear that, well, according to Bridget, I am the essence of Genevieve Aston. My emotions are more heightened, my core values are more instilled, and I have a harder time developing new interests and abilities from what Bridget has told me. I'm speaking very logically here because it's weird to talk about yourself this way. I have horrible nightmares from beyond the grave, although I can't ever remember them when I wake up. And apparently I was never so insufferable. Though I don't exactly know what Bridget means by that. Apparently I had a little more restraint when I was me.
But in death, everything is heightened.
Yeah, that would be a good way to put it.
So you said she said that you are the essence of you? Does that mean you're not you?
No, I am me. I'm just what... This is where I don't know how to explain it. I'm me, and everything about me is me, but I can't ever progress from the me who died. I stay me.
Do you grow older?
Do I? Sorry?
Do you grow older?
No, I don't.
So it's almost as if you're frozen in time in a way.
Sorta.
You're not able to develop.
Yeah, I have new experiences, but they don't change or define me in any way. It's harder for me to remember lessons and take hindsight in with me in the future. And I remember everything before I was killed, except some of the days leading up to it. But they feel like fragments. They don't feel like things I own and possess.
Okay, Shelby.
Yes.
Checks. When
Allison.
Bridget says, thank you. When Bridget says it is the essence of Ginny, would we understand what she is talking about? Even though Ginny doesn't understand?
You might. Essence. What makes up the core of Ginny is heightened. Because death doesn't change. It's not transmutable. So, whoever Ginny was the moment she died is whoever Ginny is right now. So if you're catching everything right, if Ginny had just found her goddess days before she died and was in a heightened sense of divine euphoria, that's heightened. If Ginny was deeply enamored with sexual pursuits. That's heightened. If Ginny is firmly and strongly rooted in her love of being a paladin, that's heightened.
And, okay, putting some pieces together. If Ginny were recently heartbroken by a person, that would also be heightened?
Perhaps, yeah.
Ooh. Okay. But the essence of Ginny, is it like the soul of Ginny?
Soul's tricky. Soul implies that's your true version. It's who you are deep down.
Yeah.
This is more of a fragment of Ginny.
Like a fragment of Ginny's kind of soul and essence.
Yes.
Kind of was brought back from the dead to keep going on.
Yes.
And they're hoping that this, like, true resurrection would bring her back fully.
Allow her to become a human again. Yes.
Okay. And then out of, back in character, Cecilia will kind of, like, just start kind of pacing, kind of puttering around, and just start looking for any material like traces of material components. Like, the conversation can continue without her, but Cecilia will just kind of be puttering around and looking around where they were casting the spell to kind of pick up on the process, and kind of almost like doing like almost like an autopsy of the ritual site to kind of be like, and we're trying to put the pieces together. But she's doing that while they continue to talk.
Cecilia became a crime scene investigator.
Yes. Yeah.
Ginny, I have another question.
All right.
If you lose all your skin and stuff and you're just a skeleton, can you still talk, or are you just a skeleton now?
I can speak because of the spell that Bridget casted. I don't know how it works, but the glamour is all my lady. The reanimation is Bridget.
So if she didn't do the reanimation, you would just be a walking skeleton.
At one point I had skin decays. So Ginny just took it off, or Bridget just took it off.
I'm not gonna touch that part. But so you're saying
I love the really
you could...
nervous energy from everybody. I couldn't hear anybody say anything, but I felt the nervous energy.
So that are so
all our minds went there. We just didn't want to say anything.
So I'm just trying to wrap my head around this, because I've never heard of this before. This is, from what I understand, and he looks at everybody, this is like unheard of. Because typically, right, like, you know, undead don't talk unless they're like, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess special in a certain way. And it's... I just don't understand what's happening here. So you're just a skeleton technically, but you're but a skeleton.
I am when I am not being covered in an insane amount of glamour magic and illusion and transmutation on behalf of my goddess to create a body for me that has human-like properties. Indeed, I am in fact a skeleton.
This is going to be an odd question, but do you scar?
Do I scar?
Yes, like if you were injured in a fight and it was a debilitating wound to any of us, Would it leave a scar for you, or would the glamour erase it?
It would leave the scar on my temporary skin that then falls off at the end of every month and is remade with the magic. Unless
I'm
it's
sorry,
this
falls
scar.
off?
What do you
Falls
do with the
off.
excess skin?
Wait,
Falls off.
wait, are you saying you shed like
This
a
is a
lizard?
lot.
Does it-
This is a lot.
When you shed, does it physically fall off, or does it just go away?
Oh,
So she
or do
makes
you-
the skin.
Or wait, or do you, or do you make like a shell, like a cicada?
Cecilia is looking around for skin. She's looking around for old skin.
She's looking
And
for
muscle.
signs of Jenny molting.
The skin is a gift from my goddess. It is unmade and remade with every recasting of the spell.
Okay.
So where does the old
she
skin
reuses the
go?
old one. She reuses it.
That's not how skin works, though.
I don't know. I don't know if she reuses it. I don't know if that's how that
Honest-
works.
Reuse, recycle.
But that's not how skin works. It's like you're constantly shedding dead skin cells. But oh, what the fuck?
Do you shed dead skin cells? Do you have
you do.
fingerprints?
You do too.
I do have fingerprints. I have fingerprints that change every month, I think. One time it had a little, like a little wavy cloud on it,
What?
and then the other time, yeah. I think it's a
So you
remake
could
of my bond.
technically.
You could get away with so much shit. Do you not
Okay,
realize this right
Viz
now?
could get away with so much shit. He can literally become me. I don't know why we're acting like this is the most surprising thing we've ever heard of in this world that
Because
we
you're
live
a
in.
skeleton.
Yes, you're a
I'm-
Because you're a skeleton.
I'm usually a
Glorb?
skeleton.
Glorb turns to look down at Nev and says, "Do you remember to change your fingerprints when you change shapes?"
I'm not the one who does that. It points over to Viz.
You have disguise spells.
I
as
also
well.
have a wonderful thing called gloves.
Most of them finger.
And they're worn down so much. You can't. There's not even any marks on them.
Your hands or your gloves?
Both.
Okay, so I fear we're losing the plot here a little bit. I think
Yes, we
the
are.
important thing to note is that it is a mix of different types of schools of magic. I don't know. I'm not Bridget, but it's transmomancy and illusion or whatever, and then there's a few others. I don't know what my lady does. I'm just happy to do it for her.
Cecilia gets the vibe. So, very powerful magic exacts a toll of some kind, right? Like, there
What?
has to be, like...
Huh?
Like, it's very hard. It takes a lot to be able to cast a very complex spell that nobody has heard of.
Yeah, well, I'm Bridget.
This
just
seems
passed
like
out.
a very. Can Cecilia, like,
Oh, you're
look
talking to the
at
DM.
Bridget?
Sorry,
I was talking to the DM.
sorry, my bad. Yes.
I'm trying to get the vibe of what is the cost of this spell, either to Bridget's magic, to material cost. Like, if we look at Bridget, I've known Bridget a long time. Is, like, Bridget aging prematurely, or like really getting haggard by like exerting herself in this way? Like, what? Or is it just like material cost and like it is like the same as a very high level spell slot? Is like Bridget usually that powerful?
Go ahead and roll a medicine check.
Oh, I'm not good at that.
Really crazy magic. She's also getting help directly from a god.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
what? I don't know. There's what I've gotten with Shelby is sometimes I feel like there is a give and a take. There are consequences, and I feel like we're just not seeing the consequences.
Why do you sound like you're smiling?
I am.
My
She's
guess.
smiling. She's. Go ahead, Viz.
No, this is Evan talking now. My guess is that physically she looks fine, internally her like organs are aging, or it's just shaving years off of her life, so it's something we can't see, but it's like
Yeah.
one of those.
Okay. I rolled pretty good. 17.
17. Bridget is, for the most part, completely intact and as healthy as a average 24-year-old should be. However, you like peer over and then you kind of lift up some of her like thick, dark, curly hair, and you see that she is gray. She's got some gray hairs. Prematurely, to a point where you can tell she's been covering it up really well, but it is quite premature. You also see
she's box dyeing her hair every 6 weeks.
You also see her her spell book is actually open on the bed.
I will be reading that.
You pick it up and you start to look through it. Exceptionally low level magic for a wizard as adept as she is at casting a necromancy spell. Make an insight check for me.
12.
12. It poses an incredibly difficult question. Why would a wizard as exceptional as Bridget not have any evidence of showing advanced magical capabilities in her spellbook?
She doesn't want to get found out? Is it like a illusory script?
I don't know.
I'm gonna show it to Viz. And be like, do you know what's going on here? This is pretty low-level stuff. It doesn't really match what we just witnessed.
Is there any way I can tell if it's illusory script?
Roll an Arcana check.
Hey, ooh. That's a dirty 20.
It is not illusory script, but you do find something else. You are an excellent reporter, and you know how to read someone's handwritten notes easily. If there's one thing you are, Viz, it is an investigative journalist. You flip through the book, and you see pages every once in a while where it looks like Bridget begins to write down a calculated spell, and then suddenly it fades off, and you can see a frustration there as it's scratched out. Make an insight check for me.
Whoa.
Can I help?
Yes, you can. I'll give you advantage on this.
Whoa. 21.
21. Very impressive, Allison. You are correct. There is a cost to everything in this game. And Bridget's cost for being able to cast this high-level spell is advancement of magical ability. Ginny is dead, and Bridget is doing everything she can to keep her alive, and they are both capped at level 5.
Oh,
Dude.
Ooh.
holy shit.
Boy.
Dude.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I knew it.
Holy
I knew it.
shit.
I knew it. I knew it.
Oh.
Which
Shelby wouldn't give something like that for free.
absolutely the fuck not. Absolutely the fuck not.
Not even to our NPCs.
No way. That being said, it starts to click as to why Bridget and Ginny have been unable to do this on their own. It is too fucking dangerous. They need help.
Dude, that's sick. That's sick as hell.
I think you just impressed your sister.
Thanks, dude. Thank you for working on this plot twist for 3 years. I'm really, really glad y'all appreciate it.
Oh yeah.
You're proud of us for getting down to the answer.
Yeah.
Sleuthing finally.
Sleuthing, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is it
Although-
sleuthing when you break down the door to get there?
Yeah.
Oh, the process getting there may not matter until you solve it. That's the true bit.
Mm-hmm.
The ends justify all means.
And of course, capping at level 5 is above table talk. We're doing that for the sake of you guys playing a Dungeons and Dragons game. But you get the sense that they would both be quite powerful if it wasn't for their limiting situation.
Mhm.
I mean, they're from Tyrosa originally. How the hell did they get all the way over to Gildmoor? Ship? That would take months.
Hey, Jenny, I have another question.
That's cool, I figured.
So, your goddess Aphrodite makes you the skin.
Yeah.
And it's still you because it's your skin. What if someone did resurrection on it?
What kind of resurrection?
Like, bring back from the dead kind of resurrection.
Oh, yeah, that's incredibly powerful magic. It's near impossible to find a cleric with that level of skill. And if there is a cleric with that level of skill, they're very, very unlikely to help us for some political reason or the other.
I mean, also, it's what you're doing is kind of frowned on in most places.
Okay, well, we
Let's-
are
let's just-
receiving divine help, so maybe check yourself.
Let's-
Clearly, a goddess.
I'm just saying that's probably why they're saying no.
Okay, well,
I'm not saying it's right for them to say no. I'm just saying that they're very unhelpful.
fair enough.
I personally have found many clerics to be very unhelpful.
Oh, sorry, forgot about that. What were you saying, Viz?
Just humor me here. If one did, would there be two of you?
No, so that's essentially what we're trying to do. But we have to do it secretly, which is why we're going to the library, because if the cleric has left behind a spell scroll for true resurrection, which we believe they have, because Bridget's the better history person on this, but at one point in time, they were almost being mass-produced before that became frowned upon. So we're hoping there's a few remnants left behind at the library that we can yoink and use on me. To bring me back.
So there would just be one of you. There wouldn't be like two of you. So
No, the belief is that Lady Aphrodite would help along that peaceful transfer, and I would be rebuilt in a new body.
The essence of you would be combined back into the full person, full soul and being that was Jenny.
Exactly. I'm still me. I'm just not.
You're just a little part. It would be like putting a puzzle piece back in the broader puzzle.
Exactly. We're looking to click me back together.
Does Bridget have any notes about this, about the library, about this person that you're looking into?
Everything that we were looking into in terms of the library is either back at the castle, in Ashedonia, or it is back in her personal study in Tyrosa. She's operating entirely on memory. That's why it's incredibly important that Bridget doesn't die. Especially because that means I die too.
You will also die.
Yeah.
We will essentially make sure that does not happen.
Thank
Well,
you.
I suppose, perhaps we don't want to change subject too drastically, but we were coming here to tell you something else that was rather important. Do we want to do that now? Or do we want to maybe wait on that?
What's this?
I'm not
really
talking to
important
Ginny. I'm
thing?
talking to the group.
What's this?
I'm
really
not talking to
important
Ginny. I'm
thing?
talking to the group.
What's this really important thing that I'm sure
I
has
think-
nothing to do with
yeah,
me at all?
Aurora leans over to Cecilia. I think Brett is still processing everything from what he saw, so perhaps we can wait until he's a little more willing to discuss all of it.
Okay, I kind of thought, I'm whispering to her. I
Yeah.
thought, like, it was
Like,
like
we
a
just like
pretty,
something
like,
our
really
coming out of nowhere.
time-sensitive thing. Like, we're gonna go do that instead. But now, they clearly really need to go to the library.
Yes, and we still need to wait for the given approval, and we don't know how much longer that will take.
And it's nighttime.
That too, and
I
yes,
Princess Mayhem takes night visitors.
yes, I very much doubt she would appreciate that. So it is best
Sorry.
we wait in that regard.
What are we talking about?
Have you gotten a meeting with Princess Mayhem?
Oh, yeah, it's for tomorrow morning.
Oh, well, that is good.
That's why we were casting the spell. We had to get it up fast because we don't know if or when we'll be able to do it again. If y'all still come with us, I might literally still be a traveling skeleton by the time we get to the library, because when we're out in the world, it's simply too dangerous for Bridget to do.
I mean,
What do you-
now that we know the truth, I see no
Mhm.
issue so long as you feel
Is it,
comfortable.
or is it like an
We still know it's
environmental
you.
thing? What does that mean? That it's too dangerous? Just for fear of interruption?
Well, yeah, for fear of it takes a lot of energy out of her, too. She'll be exhausted tomorrow.
Oh, okay, so it's also then you also don't want to do it because then you'd be traveling.
Yeah. If we're in an underground maze
Okay.
library, then there's no need for really me to have skin. I mean, it's not like we're gonna interact with people. I can swing a sword as bones.
Fascinating. Tested it.
Is she
Sorry.
gonna be okay for it? And Viz is just kind of looming over Bridget. He's like kind of poking
Like for
her.
the meeting?
Is she like gonna be awake?
Oh, yeah. She'll probably be up in the next couple. I can probably wake her now. And she doesn't like when I wake her up, but if it's of importance, if you had a message that you need to give her.
I mean, we could just
Probably,
we could talk about it before we go in, I guess.
yeah, probably best that she get all the rest she needs right now.
Okay. And, you guys are all still good to go to the library? There's nothing pressing here that you need to stay for?
Aurora looks at the group and looks at Ginny. For me, I do have some weapon upgrades that I'm currently waiting on. I believe there's just three more days until they're done. I'm not quite sure. It's been a bit of a hectic couple of days. I honestly don't remember how much longer they need.
All right. Well, we could see if we can wait 3 days. Depending on what Princess Mayhan says, though, we may have to be in and out of the city. I don't exactly know what she's gonna ask us for in exchange, so all important things to consider.
I can
So-
check in with them tomorrow.
You can see, let me see. She's kind of picked up on this like hushed conversation between Cecilia and Aurora and goes, "Are you sure there's nothing else that you came in here for? Surely you didn't just barge in here to talk about a meeting."
No. Well, that was it.
I'm honestly trying to remember if there was anything else that we had to do, because it was
Make a
Well,
deception check.
Wait, why are we keeping this from her?
well, I know that. Yeah, Aurora.
Rhett's not here.
Yeah, but we don't have Rhett, so Rhett is currently processing
Yeah.
details.
I
That's
mean,
a
we should.
21.
It's still kind of important.
That's why I
Yeah,
think we should wait till Bridget's awake at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild did say that you can continue on without her. If that's the only reason you're holding back.
Okay.
She did say you could I know she was, when she sent me the message, she was like, I know
Okay.
stuff's important, so, but, you know.
Aurora looks
uh,
at Cecilia.
I got a 21 deception.
21,
Oh, dang.
I rolled an 18.
that is good enough. She goes, alright. Well, if there's nothing else, we could let Bridget sleep, or I could wake her up if you had any other questions that I can't answer. But,
Perhaps for now. Oh, yes.
no, I do understand if y'all don't want to travel with us anymore. But I promise we're doing everything as by the book as we possibly can. Bridget's very careful with her art, and she understands the dangers.
I see no reason why we shouldn't continue on with you.
I mean, it's super illegal, but we're already traveling with an arms dealer.
Okay.
We've also murdered several people.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Speaking of murder, and Nev kind of elbows Cecilia and Aurora, and she's like in between the two of them.
There
Assuming
was a
that
murder.
Yes.
There was a murder.
Oh, there was a murder.
Oh.
Okay. Of someone important?
Well,
Important to someone.
That's kind of a fucked up kind of
I just mean
question.
there's fucking murders every day. Like, are we talking a murder of like a guy on the road, or are we talking about somebody like close to us? Like, what? Do I know them?
No.
Okay.
we went to go get some information about Antinothene.
Okay, pause there. I'm gonna wait
And
for
by
Bridget.
we, she means her.
Bridget! Kind of like walks over.
Alright, I
That's
guess
what
we're
I'm
doing
saying.
this now.
We should have waited till the next morning. That's what I'm
No,
saying.
it's fine. No, it's fine.
She
walks
can
over,
fall asleep right
shakes her.
after.
Bridget kind of like, kind of like sits up. Jenny, I need a minute. Oh, that's right.
We saw. Don't matter.
Okay, we'll have more. We can talk about it later. There was a murder.
What?
Well,
No,
let me
she's
explain.
not murdered. I brought her back. She's not
No.
murdered.
No. Let
we
me.
moved on.
No.
We've been there,
We've
done that, we're on a new
We've got
thing.
Melodo. We actually don't need to rehash this. This is something else entirely. Let
Bridget,
we-
Bridget
explain.
looks extremely motion sick. Okay, continue.
Girl, have a grapple.
So we went to go get. We
Fantasy
went to go get some. We went to go get some information from the Black Exchange. I met a guy. We talked a little bit. I talked to him about Antinothene. But before he was able to get all the information, someone fucking slaughtered him. So that's
Oh,
not great.
fuck. Yeah,
and,
that's
and the
not
guy
good.
and the guy who did it, I think Rhett. No, oh, where the fuck is Rhett? Oh, okay, he's in the hallway. He's having a moment. I think Rhett knows him.
Aurora just stays quiet at that.
We'll let
But
Rhett
yeah,
explain that maybe another time.
Yeah. But yeah, so someone knows. I don't know if they know who we are, but they know that like someone here is looking into Antinothene, and I don't know if they're in connection with the Owlery Syndicate or if they're working alone. They had a bunch of stuff with the Mad Prophet, but it's like fake Mad Prophet shit, like propaganda. Anyway, here are the notes that I got from about Antinothene. And she pulls out the very scribbled, messy notes that she got from the guy.
Oh, okay. Bridget takes the notes. Ginny leans over her shoulder. They read the notes. Bridget's eyes widen. The fact that that people have even been able to make something like this, combining all schools of magic, is unheard of. I mean, 3 schools of magic with this magic I have to do with Ginny knocks me out. How many people died to make this discovery? And,
I would guess probably lots of sacrifices were made. And just to get it into machines, probably even another 100 people sacrificed.
God, this is awful. Bridget genuinely looks extremely disturbed. Ginny, who doesn't know what to do with her hands when stuff like this happens, walks over and begins just like picking up what looks to be like a small like beanbag, and is just kind of like tossing it back and forth while she thinks. I mean, how... Alright, so, recap. Guy murdered. Mad Prophet, kinda but not
Yeah.
really. Murdered
Yeah.
for the results of Antinothene. Rhett followed him. Or do we have any leads? Do we know how to
Rhett
find the
tried
murderer?
Yes and no. What Rhett was able to find was, well, he went back to the scene of the crime, and we were unaware of it at the time. He was invisible, and he was able to find a second victim. What we've been able to gather so far is that this murderer is given a gift that will allow him to be magically teleported to some other random location after this second murder. So while we don't know where he is at the moment, we know it was certainly through the power of his god,
Deity.
his deity.
He's punted around the globe.
How do
by
you
his
know
deity.
all this?
Or really
We all just
smart.
we all just pan over to Rhett.
we don't know where Red is because he's invisible, so we're just like looking around the room.
Yeah. We're like, we'll be able to answer that particular question once Red is able to speak again. But so far, this is what we know. It's very little, but this is what we have for now.
Alright, so there's absolutely... So Bridget goes, okay, hold on, Jenny, recap. There's absolutely nothing we can do about this murder. It may or may not happen again, but we know that the source and the target of the murder was anybody looking into Antinothene. So either this individual who murdered wasn't quiet enough about what they discovered, or they were being too obvious. Is that correct?
Or they were tracking us.
Oh, that's worse.
Yes.
That is a disturbing third thought.
We've certainly been making enough ripples with the parties interested in Antinothene.
And if they are tracking us, Jenny goes, yeah, if they are tracking us, why not just kill us? Why kill everyone
we
around
also
us?
had the very interesting instance where they're already kind of trying to mess with us. Because 2 days ago, Nev was in the paper. For the purpose, I'm assuming, of getting Nev arrested. And that could be related to this or completely unrelated, but we think it's potentially done by somebody who either is just really jealous of Viz, or is jealous of Viz and has since become involved in nefarious Allery Syndicate stuff.
Not to mention the fact that the Gith are aiding them, and we still don't know fully yet what even they want. I have a bit of a suspicion as to what Antinothene could be used for, but I'm not sure.
Spill it.
And what suspicion is that?
Well, Aurora looks at the group and looks back at Ginny and Bridget. I believe you might know that I've suffered from amnesia, that I do not recall everything as to where I came from. Well, I was given some of my memories back, and what I saw was my mate be killed by what must have been an earlier version of Antinothene. It was used by the Gith on a weapon. And quick out of character question checks. How much would I know about the Gith, just like in general? Because I know Aurora probably would have a lot from her memories, but what she's going off of, would it just be like mortal plane knowledge of the Gith, or would she have more insight?
I'd say that you have mortal knowledge of the Gith is essentially nothing. So you have like the bare minimum knowledge of the Gith. Anything that you would have learned so far in the world, you have knowledge of.
Okay. But Because what I at least know that they follow the goddess, well, not goddess, but they follow Vlakith, who is basically their queen
That is
god.
specifically Githyanki. And that is only some Githyanki.
Okay.
Gith and Githyanki are not the same thing. There is
Oh, okay.
Gith
All right,
Zerai
thank you.
and there is Githyanki.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, thanks. I wanted to make sure I had the right thing in mind before saying it, and then
No,
you'd
you're
have to
good. You
correct me.
went full Baldur's
So,
Gate, and I respect it.
Yeah, I was like, hey, I just want to make sure. Yeah, because I was relying on Baldur's Gate. Anyways, back to Aurora. Aurora says, This might be a more obvious guess at this point, but I have a sneaking suspicion that this Antinethine, if it can be used against even divine magic, who's to say that this could be used to destroy the gods?
I have a question. Oh, sorry. Keep talking if you still had more to say. Sorry.
We've learned that the gods themselves are quite interested in our group, or many members of our group. Who's to say that if used correctly, this Antinethine could wipe out the gods themselves?
Speaking of Antinethine and divine magic, I have an out-of-character question. So, I had a thought a minute ago. So, divine magic, it comes from the gods, but druids also cast divine magic. So, is that, I guess, how interchangeable is that in terms of Antinethine has to be made with some input from every school, including divine. Could you just add, one type of divine magic, and that would make it effective against druid stuff and divine stuff, or, and stuff directly from the gods? Or, I don't know, do you get the kind of question I'm asking? Is there any, difference between those, or is it just all divine magic is under the same umbrella?
So that would be a greater question about magical source. And this is common knowledge for most magic practitioners in the world. There is two sources of magic. The first source is the divine source.
Yeah.
The second source is the source from arcane ley lines. Druids, in particular, usually activate magic using the arcane ley lines, as do wizards. Anyone with a otherworldly connection would be a divine source.
Okay. Oh, I thought... Okay, maybe I was confusing myself because in Pathfinder, druids cast divine magic, so I just kind of assumed. That might be on me.
You're good.
Okay. Okay, in that case, the thing that I just realized a minute ago was if we know now that Antinethine... Okay, so that means that someone, a cleric or someone with a strong connection... If Antinethine is made, then input using divine magic, does that mean we know that, a cleric or someone else with a strong connection to a god is involved in creating it? Is that a connection that we can draw? Because I just had that thought a minute ago.
I do remember that Aurora faced off against a paladin, a Githyanki or Githzerai, I don't remember his Gith paladin, who recognized her.
Okay. Because if there's a cleric running around involved in the creation of Antinethine, that would imply that someone's god knows that their cleric is running around creating an Antinethine and is chill with it. Is that the implication?
You do know, I will say, you do know that in this faction of individuals creating, manipulating, and distributing Antinethine, there are supposedly a handful of gods involved in some capacity.
I did not know that. Okay.
There is the Mad Prophet, for one. And
Oh,
there's-
that's
supposedly there's the mutilator, though you know that that's not necessarily true.
okay. That was my question. Thank you.
Yeah, so Aurora looks at the group after she's said all this. Unless that was in character with Glorb, so.
No, sorry, that was more
Okay,
me.
that
like
was-
the out
okay,
of
that-
character Sorry, I
Okay.
thought of it before you started talking, and I wanted to ask my question before I forgot.
Yeah, no, fair.
Don't. Whatever it is, whatever its intentions, the intentions of the people making it and using it are, it is extremely dangerous. And this whole operation needs to be shut down.
Well, I think that's fair enough,
Oh.
Cecilia.
I don't know. I have little empathy for gods being worried about it. I'm worried about it.
Well, I think we're all worried about it.
Well, yeah, because it's gonna affect, mortal
Everybody.
people more than it's gonna
Everybody,
affect gods.
Yeah. So I suppose the whole, like, perhaps it's a terrifying concept, the idea of gods are scared of it. I don't particularly care what gods are scared of. We see what it's doing to people now.
Mm-hmm.
And that is bad enough.
Gods dying would also likely have a direct material impact on the world.
I think
Gods
that's
can also be
probably-
born, though, can't they?
Everybody kind of look like you see Bridget even kind of like look at Ginny, and Ginny goes, I'm not well versed in like all gods, but I do know that gods are born out of human need. Whatever the people of Arcos want, a god tends to appear and represent that value. So I don't know if they would just be new gods if anything destroyed all the other gods. Not that I'm saying we should destroy the other gods. I'm definitely not saying that. That would be very bad. But I do think that there is something to be said about the fact that gods are born out of human creation and desire.
Yes.
Statistically. And
My bigger
historically.
concern would that be they kill all the gods and then become the new gods.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that sounds more like something out of the playbook of a mad prophet.
And someone who may, in a sense, be playing god of their own syndicate. Aurora looks at Mirabelle.
That would line up perfectly with Severine. Unfortunately.
You're right, though, Aurora.
Anyway,
that there's
so
a
yes.
weird. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go
Mhm.
ahead.
You're right, though, Aurora. This is Bridget. You're right, though, Aurora, that there's a weird missing gap there. What do the Gith want?
That is where I want to regain all of my memories, and why I, selfishly I will admit, want to get to the library to see if I can regain all of my memories. Because from what I've been able to gather is that I was tasked with something. There was a device I had when I escaped and was separated from my family. I do not know if this device I had was going to be the answer to it, or if it's led to the creation of the Antinethine. But when I crash landed here, that was 10 years ago, and then the earlier Antinethine, like I said, I saw it be used. I don't know if it existed in this world before my arrival or after the attack that I escaped from, if the Antinethine came from that. The Gith, I don't have, again, my memories of them are scattered at best. I don't know what it is that they were after then, and I don't know what it is they're after now. But if they're working with the Gallery Syndicate and the Mad Prophet, it cannot be good.
Right. Okay, that's fair. So what is the concern now? How do we move forward here? Is it even... Jenny kind of looks at Bridget. Obviously, it is of great importance that we head to the library so that I can try and find a way to restore my body. But are we being stalked? Do we need to handle a Mad Prophet follower intervening in our affairs at every given moment?
I'd say that we should be ready at any moment for this champion to appear.
Real quick, I forgot. Out of character. Was it the Mad Prophet or the Mutilator that killed the guy?
It was Mad Prophet guy. He pretended to be the Mutilator.
Got it.
Yeah, he kills in the style of the Mutilator, but it's actually Mad Prophet.
Mm-hmm.
And that's part of why Flora, as the hilt, gets pissed, because she's like, what the hell?
Got it.
The library that we're looking for is supposed to be something of a maze, correct?
Supposedly, yes. The library is said to change and shift forms. It's one of Arcos' greatest labyrinths, and it won't be easy.
An extremely remote location that is constantly changing and shifting is perhaps not a bad place to lose a tail.
Jenny goes, "Damn, big lady, that's a good point. Although, do you think it's possible that the Mad Prophet knows where we're going?"
If they're stalking us, possibly.
Bridget kind of tenses.
The fact that they were able to track down the guy that I spoke to so quickly concerns
they may
me.
have had... It is concerning, but they may have had eyes in the Black Exchange specifically. It does not seem like a difficult place to have eyes.
Either way, we should be prepared and expect them to follow us. Bridget kind of nods and goes, "We also should be prepared that they don't want us to get lost in the library. When we're heading through the desert and we're alone, we should expect an attack."
I agree. We should be ready for anything.
Well, if that is all, I think we're all on the same page. Sort of. We have a meeting with Princess Mayhem in the morning. Would you like us to accompany you to that?
Yes, I think it would be pertinent for all of you to attend. She'll want to know who we're taking in and why.
Yes. Oh, are you going to tell her the whole... everything?
Oh. No. Not at all. We're going to tell them that we're going to be looking on behalf of ancient Aston family history. And Ginny kind of nods and goes, "Yep. My family is deeply and highly respected in between noble lore. We are considered to be the oldest of nobility across Arcos, and we have an incredible family history. We'll be looking specifically on behalf of Princess Octavia, and the great Pegasus that attended her. It is of belief that a noble Aston heir will regain the right to the noble Pegasus as their loyal steed. So, if we go in, make it seem like I'm the one looking for the noble steed, by rights, they'll have to let us explore the library. Or die trying. Which...
I have an out of... keep going.
Oh no, which they'll assume that we'll die trying.
Oh, that's reassuring.
I have an out of character question. So, way back when we first got before we got separated from Sketch, and like when we first also met Flora, Flora almost didn't heal Sketch because Sketch had a certain pin. And we're making jokes. Oh, she's a conspiracy theorist. Is this the story that is in relation to the denial of that,
Holy
or like
shit.
that pin is in the relation?
No,
Is
Meg, that was fucking a year ago.
Meg.
How do you even remember that? Oh my god!
Because I was like, oh, Sketch is a flat earther, haha.
Oh my
god, I forgot about that.
That's my wife we are talking about.
Yeah, that is. Go ahead and make a history check. Let's see how much.
Okay.
That is man.
I think Cecile.
Meg, I am impressed. I am impressed.
Thank
Holy
you.
crap.
Oh my god, that was yeah. You said history check.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my flash of genius to add another little thing, so that makes a 22.
22. Okay, let me quickly find my information on
that from like a year and a half ago.
Holy shit. Okay, yes, that is correct. Sketch was indeed wearing a pin of an order called the Queen's Crater that serves on behalf of the late Queen Octavia, sometimes known as the first legendary hero. Though the story you're hearing from Ginny is slightly different. The one that Sketch told you was that Octavia was a cross-continent hero, and she was anti-establishment, pro-mercenary, and a chosen hero of the Pack Mother. And supposedly she was also an outcasted member of the Call of the Gods, and left them due to their establishmentarianism. You all are very familiar with the story of the Call of the Gods, the legendary heroes that drove back some of the most demonic forces in Arcos. The first group, the first heroic group that actually established themselves. So this particular group that Sketch has a pin for, the Queen's Crater, believes that they serve on behalf of an outcasted member of a Call of the Gods. You remember Sketch telling you that the Aston family and the 4 Tyrosan houses tarnished the name of Queen Octavia and stole her symbolism. And also that she never actually bred any of the Aston family legacies, and the reason none of them can summon the Pegasus is because they're all illegitimate.
Oh.
That was the extent. You could gather that was the extent of the argument. Flora heavily disagreed with the Queen's Crater and their beliefs. And Sketch was indeed a member of it.
Okay, and so they're kind of okay, so it's like a weird group, conspiracy theorist group, though, that like believes a different version of that, at least that part of history, right?
You gathered Sketch is very logical. You get the sense that if this was some kind of weird conspiracy, at its core, it was just a weird conspiracy theory group, that she wouldn't be so interested. They would have to give her something of offer, and they would have to be helpful to her in some way. So, I mean, there's a lot of, like, Sketch disappears for long periods of time. But you also know that she's very anti-establishment. Sketch has plenty of issues with the way things are run, which may give an indication as to perhaps why she is a member of the Queen's Crater. Though, again, this is all speculation. Sketch never actually told you she was a member of that group, nor did she confirm.
No, we just figured it. Yeah.
you just watched her have a verbal argument with Flora that was quite heated. So, yes.
Interesting. As Nev looks down at the little pin that she snatched off a Sketch.
Did you steal that? I forgot you fucking stole that pin! Oh my god! Okay, is it in your hand?
Nev's like fiddling around with it a little bit. And she's like,
both...
interest.
I'm gonna have both Tyrosan princesses roll for perception.
This will be funny. This will be so funny.
Oh my god, I fucking forgot you had that pin. Okay. Make a sleight of hand for me. Or are you being obvious?
I don't think Nev's trying to be obvious. I think she's trying to be sneaky.
She's trying to be okay, then make a sleight of hand check.
19.
19. I'm gonna roll particularly Bridget's. Ginny's not that observant, but I'm gonna roll Bridget's with advantage because she is a Tyrosan historian.
Okay.
Okay. And she has a... Yeah, +2. So that would be... 18?
And I got a 19.
19. Okay. They don't notice.
Cool.
But
yeah, Jenny's telling the story.
Yeah.
Nev's just fiddling with the pin.
And you see Bridget kind of go, it's actually something that we're deeply proud of back in, that's why the houses have been fighting for, which of us is the most powerful for many, many generations. And everybody tends to agree that House Aston is the best. Bridget goes, that's subjective. And she goes, but we definitely have the most interesting lineage. Come on, Bridget. I know you don't like when the Astons and the Blackwoods fight, but can you show them the horse? And she was like, I will show them the horse. And she holds out her hand, and you see a white Pegasus appear.
Just in the freaking room?
No, it's in her hand. It's a minor illusion.
Okay. Come on,
It's
like,
a-
wait, did a
yeah, a
Pegasus
horse
button
just
exist
appeared.
in the room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peter,
Sorry.
the horse is here.
Peter! Sorry.
The horse is here.
The horse is here. Yeah, there is a beautiful regal horse that appears in the room. In the hand of Bridget, but in the room for you all to see. It is a flying, flighted horse. Beautiful stallion. And Ginny goes, see? Isn't he beautiful? I'm doing a fucking Peter Griffin. I'm doing the wrong one.
I mean, it's a horse, yeah. Hey.
She goes, isn't he just beautiful? I personally named my own horse back home after him. His name is Treasure. This is Treasure. This is Octavia's stallion. So we'll just say that we're looking for the God-given rats to summon him. That obviously is not the goal, though. If we stumble upon it, that would be quite impressive. Octavia was quite the traveler, so. Bridget kind of goes, you should also be prepared, though, for the Sarnian Crown to want information about the library, and getting in it is considered a legend on their territory, so we must still be prepared to hear them out about why we're going in, and also be prepared for them to ask a request should we get into the library.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Jenny goes, any other questions? I love talking about my family lineage. You all know the story,
Nope,
right? We all need to be aligned here on the story.
Nope. As Nev slips the pin back into her pocket.
Glorb is staring blankly.
Wait, you're staring blankly at Nev or just staring in general?
It is, if anyone pays attention to her, it is so clear she does not know.
Glorb just default stares at Nev.
No,
Okay.
not right now. She's still.
Okay, well, y'all don't need to know the family lineage, but you need to let me do my piece as a God-given right of an Aston heir. I need to head to the library on behalf of my crown family and receive my rights as a giver of treasure, Octavia's great horse. I have a whole spiel that I've been preparing on the plane, on the boat for months.
Oh my god.
I forgot
What
she
is
was
what is the plane?
I
Airship.
forgot she was a preacher.
Technically, I'm a missionary. Technically. This is a mission trip for me.
Look, I don't go to church.
It's fine. That being said, is there anything else you guys need to discuss with Bridget and Ginny? Any questions any of you
Out
have?
of character? I don't think so.
I was gonna say. Oh, go ahead.
I had one small thing I wanted to do, but it could probably just be like something we could kind of close us out on. If anyone else had something else they wanted to do first.
Floor is yours, I guess.
Alrighty. So, I think after kind of being silent for most of this, Mirabelle's just gonna kind of walk over to Ginny, and something that's maybe a little uncharacteristic for her, she's going to wrap her arms around Ginny in a hug. It's like one of those I understand what you're going through kind of hugs.
Oh. Thank you, Mirabelle.
Just circumstances may not be one-to-one, but I do know what you've been through. If you need someone to talk to about it, I'm all ears, always, whenever you need it.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a second scroll in there. Though finders keepers.
To be fair, I've already been brought back once before. I don't know if I'll get a third chance.
Alright. Well, we'll see. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. She kind of like pats you on the back.
Wouldn't dream of it.
And as Mirabelle pulls away, she'll kind of give a brief glance over to Bridget and just nod to her. And then a quick glance down at the sigil of the Gravekeeper that's beveled into the back of her prosthetic hand. And I think that'll be the moment she kind of starts to leave the room.
Okay. And unless there's anything else anybody wants to do, are we gonna jump into the next day? Oh, Viv.
I was just gonna say as we're leaving, it's like, oh, and then I can tell you about the keep I own tomorrow, and then Viz will leave.
I'm sorry, the what?
Aurora says, "You have a what?"
And then Viz just leaves the room.
The keep. Yeah, the keep.
Viz leaves the room.
Cecilia will follow.
All right.
Nev is also following. She's like, wait, Viz, what the fuck? What the
We just
fuck are you talking about?
just off screen. You hear the faded "what the fuck" from Nev.
Yeah.
Oh my god. All right. And as you all head out of the room into long resting for the next day, we're gonna take a quick 5-minute break, and then we're gonna come back.
Yippee!
Yippee! And welcome back, everybody, to Gildmoor. So you all long rest and wake up the next morning in the beautiful, bright, and sunny city of sandstone and glass that is Sarnia. Bridget and Ginny rise around the same time that you do. You're all able to get a delicious tavern breakfast, once again provided for you. And what would you guys like to do?
Out of character question, Shex, as I legitimately don't remember. How long was I told that the blacksmith will be done with my commission? Because I know it's not going to be done today. I just honestly forgot how long it would take.
7 days, unfortunately.
Okay, and we're on day 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. Thank you. That's all I wanted to ask.
All good.
I mean, just for housekeeping, I am casting mage armor.
Okay. Mage armor. I think Bridget will cast a false life on herself. What would you like to do?
Actually, could I also ritually cast alarm before we leave? And just, like, around our room, just to see if anybody comes into our room when we're not there?
Yeah, sure. You ritually cast
Just
alarm.
gonna do that as well.
Okay, no problem. And do you all head to the palace?
Waddle.
Waddle.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you all have passed the palace before. You've been to the town square during the Lovers Festival, where a bunch of people were stationed up, and they were doing festivals and celebrations. It looks different now that the vibes of the Lovers Festival are over. Things have been taken down, and people are going about their day-to-day business. As you head down the main cobble sandstone streets, you pass children and people just going about their day, picking up their groceries, headed to work, that sort of situation. But you take a closer look at the palace and beyond the square. Sorry. I watched my dog yawn and then my brain yawned. Isn't that amazing? How human psychology is so weird. Okay, so you walk beyond the town hall and you head through the square and towards the palace. Overall, the palace itself, as you get closer, looks like a desert mirage made completely solid. While a structure that kind of seems half-grown from the sand, half-dragged from the ground itself. Towers of white sandstone and glittering glass kind of rise above in the hints of the bazaar that you can see farther down the streets, and their domes are tiled in these pearlescent mosaics that shimmer pink, blue, and silver kind of beneath the sun. You've seen them at night when the domes catch the moonlight and glow like luminous shells, but you can tell that this design is deliberate. During the day, Cecilia in particular, you can gather that it's probably a sun catcher coming down from the ceiling, while at night it is a luminous moon shell. The outer walls are sculpted sandstone reinforced with fossilized ribs of what look to be some kind of large creature. Ornate, almost skeletal, but they look like they've been protecting the palace itself. A fascinating thing to look at, as this fossilized kind of shell has been built around what looks like sandstone and glass. You recognize the shape. It is draconic in nature. The palace itself has been built around the bones of a long-dead dragon. The gate is kind of this carved arch depicting kobolds outsmarting dragons, which you could tell is kind of through these different mosaics. It's almost like if you've ever been in a church, like a Catholic church, and you see the Stations of the Cross. Similarly and intentionally told in story, chronologically, of kobolds kind of being enslaved by dragons, then taking up a mantle, then deciding to unite and fight together, to eventually slaying a dragon. You gather that it's probably the same dragon whose skeletal bones build the wall around this castle. Though beautifully ornate, the kobolds did not scratch any need for, at the time, what was probably need to show that they had won a great war. Now is nothing more than a historical relic of time. You head to the doors, and you see a couple dragonborn and kobold guards standing there still. One of them turns their head to you and goes, "Halt! State your business."
We all look at Ginny and Bridget.
Yeah, we look at them. We look them dead in the eye.
Okay. Bridget kind of nods to you all and steps up and goes, "Ladies, Bridget Blackwood and Genevieve Aston, here on behalf of a formal meeting with the Crown Princess Mahon this morning." They kind of look at one another. One of them pulls out a long scroll. "Evidence of noble lineage." And Bridget reaches into her bag and produces a small piece of parchment and passes it over. The guard takes a look at it, opens it up. It is a scroll of pedigree. Lowers it, hands it back to her. "And those in your traveling band?" Bridget turns and goes, "Bodyguards, here on behalf of what we intend to do. Princess Mahon will find it impertinent to meet each of them." The guard kind of squints at each of you. "Weapons must be left inside the main drawers, handed off to the general attendant. Will that be an issue?"
I'm assuming we all shake our heads.
Yep.
Oh, is Nev disguised?
Yes.
Are you a Muppet?
Yeah, I'm Muppet Kobold.
Okay.
No, you're not Muppet Kobold because that's the disguise you got caught in by the investigator. Literally anything. else.
So we're about to meet a kobold princess.
You're
yeah,
right.
that'd be pretty insulting.
What's
Oh no,
another?
I think you were a grung. You were a grung.
Yeah, you were a frog.
I was a frog.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
ribbit.
that's so funny. So we're about to meet a kobold princess is crazy.
Like, maybe don't go as a Muppet kobold in front of a kobold princess. That might be fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay. I am Frog then.
Frog.
Little
Okay,
purple
you're grunge.
frog. Although I still do have my metal leg.
Okay. The guards all nod, and you see these large metal gates open as one of them stamps and goes, "Open the gates!" And the gate opens wide, and you step into a beautiful garden oasis. The second you step beyond the gates, you almost feel the air cooling, as if the palace is magically shunted heat outside of its walls. So stepping into it is disorienting. The temperature drops. Not crazy, but enough in this hot desert heat that you can feel it immediately. It feels like you're almost stepping into a dream from the desert's edge. The oasis is woven into courtyards, palm trees, jasmine, and night-blooming lotus as you are escorted by 2 guards through the gardens. Fountains fed by these subterranean cisterns and lotus that kind of sits along the water. Inside, there's another gate that opens automatically as you approach. And as you're brought in, you walk through halls meant to impress and disorient. These kobolds have mastered time, culture, and legacy despite their small stature. And as you enter this first hall, the guards kind of walk through. One of them turns to you and goes, "Don't touch anything in the halls of shifting sands. It may just be the last thing you do." And the words are spoken not as a threat, they're spoken as a warning. They're not going to harm you if you touch something. Something in the hall might harm you. As you step, the mosaic tiles underfoot move like dunes that swirl slowly. Each step on one of these tiles seems to ripple across the floor. But you can also see that the floor shifts. Once again, as the tiles take shape and change color, they're depicting scenes as you walk. Kobold victories over tyranny, painted in shining blues, golds, and whites. Along the walls, you see mounted armor and weapons, like historical artifacts, each of them with a placard, by one kobold hero or another, collected over its time. The next door opens, and you see more glass cases and plinths holding relics that have been scavenged. Broken dragon helms, obsidian scimitars, tablets of forgotten script, and then you see one enormous leviathan tooth, polished like marble, shunted out like a rock or a gemstone. It's easily 12 feet tall. Cecilia, as you walk through, you can feel faint magical auras coming from some of these objects. You imply this is what they meant about the halls of shifting sands. You take another left down an ordinary hallway where you can see workers kind of scattered about. As the guard escorts you, he goes, "The princess will be holding all audiences in the Moon Gallery going forward. You are not to wander the palace while you are here, and you will be escorted." This kobold is a faint bronzy color. You can see along a emblem. Thank you. An emblem. Fuck me. An emblem on his chest next to his uniform. That is a crossing of a double-sided dagger. And he moves along with you. You climb a flight of stairs, a very grand flight of stairs, and you make one more right. Above this door, as you kind of head through an archway, is a beautiful glimmering moon that kind of turns like a sundial. But it's not depicting where the sun is, it's depicting where the moon is. It's a narrow hall with skylights that cut to capture shafts of light from the twin moons when they align. You can kind of see cuts in the wall where light from the sky can come in. Sun catchers it during the day, but at night, likely moon catchers. Silver chains kind of dangle down, holding glass bulbs that kind of like hum faintly as you kind of pass through. One of the guards reaches out and just touches one faintly. And as he does, it glows gold and then shoots up into the ceiling. More court attendants are moving throughout. Outside the doors, you see pale, bald kobolds in bone jewelry standing silently at the door. The guard bows to one of them. "Time-honored monk, the next audience of the princess are here." And these kind of figures kind of nod. They're in monasterian robes that seem to be pale and sandy in nature. They don't say a word, they just nod. And then they peel off and walk down the hallway. It's a very strange, fancy, decorative palace, with even stranger people. The guard takes position by the door and turns. "We will wait for the princess." And then gestures to benches behind you. "You may sit."
I go sit.
Aurora will sit. And the room that we're in, are there any more relics around us, or it's empty?
This is the room with all of the glass bubbles that kind of just like dangle from the ceiling.
Okay. Are any of those close to us?
Yeah, some of them are.
Okay. I'm not gonna touch one, but if like Aurora just kind of leans over and looks at it, is that what it is? Just it looks just like a little glass bauble.
It does. You see your own face reflected in it, as well as some pretty gemstones.
Oh, cool. Yeah, Aurora kind of like she just looks at it curiously.
Okay. Bridget kind of leans in and goes, "Psst, guys, this may be our last chance to talk before we're inside. Does everybody remember the game plan?"
Family, legacy,
Yes.
permission for library, etc.
Right. Okay. As you begin...
And we will be escorting you as your bodyguards.
Correct. Just remember that. As you say that, the doors open. And the guard turns to you all, stamps his spear and goes, "You may enter."
You probably let Ginny and Bridget enter first.
They kind of nod at you.
Yeah.
You all enter a wide circular chamber with a domed ceiling. The ceiling itself is painted with scenes of moons chasing one another across the night sky, and at its center is a dais shaping with overlapping crescents. This are the two moon's cycles, mapped out perfectly on the ceiling. You see a throne carved from lake pearl and desert stone. It glows faintly as you step in. This room is dark, as though the only light emanating from it is a clear, beautiful sky at night with the light of the moon. Though you know more than anything, it is clear as day outside. And not even lunch yet. Silver lanterns float freely, moving like fireflies, and illuminate the room with shifting shadows. And you do see a few attendants present. A pair of a moon guard. Kobolds dressed in similar palace clothing, but obviously honored guards of the princess in white and silver. You see a handful of scribes, a tall lizard folk, a few elves, recording every word. There's a dragonborn. And you see an older kobold in desert scholar's robes that's kind of hovering, his hands crossed, as he whispers to somebody. A kobold, ice white in skin, with a white robe, completely covering her head. But you also see two other figures that you recognize, who are walking towards the exit. Two Minotaur. One,
Oh yeah, these guys.
a tall Minotaur, and a slightly smaller Minotaur. But something that you do immediately notice in nature is that their attire have shifted. What once was a young Minotaur in simple armors and tunics and clothes, with a weapon on his back, kind of scruffy looking in nature, now dressed in deep royal garb.
Mm-hmm.
Fancy nobleman clothing, no weapon on his person, though he does have what is a medallion across his neck. 1 second, guys.
Oh. All good?
wallet
Yes.
that they swapped, that the bodyguard was the prince and the prince was the bodyguard?
The other one is a tall minotaur in heavy, heavy armor. This is Kurt and Prince Vasir, but the depictions have shifted.
Didn't someone call this ahead of time?
I think so.
Maybe. I think.
I think so. It wasn't Galore, but I think someone in the party like figured this out because I remember this
I
being
think-
theorized.
Yeah.
I think
I think
we
it was
did because
Cecilia.
like, yeah, I feel like I did like some Arcana checks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What you do see is Kurt approaches you, dressed in his noble garb, and he grins. Ah, familiar faces?
Good to see you again.
Good to see you too. Apologies for the lack of transparency earlier. While traveling, it is best and safe to allow Vasir to assume a noble title. Allow me to reintroduce myself to those who I'm assuming have completed the task I've set before them. I am Prince Kurtaron. First in line to the throne of Cambridge. So,
Aurora bows. It is an honor to officially meet you, sire. And yes, we completed the task. And she takes out the one remaining fang, or wait, was it? What? Hang on, let me check my fang. Yeah, fang, from the blue dragon, and shows it to him.
he takes it, almost stunned. Huh. Above and beyond of the task I asked of you, I think. Well deserving of a reward. I will have the chest I have promised sent to your inn. And he turns around and he looks at the figure, the white kobold in the white robes. Whatever deal you are striking with them, surely a good one. These are reliable folk. I do hope you consider my offer, princess. The figure in the white robe lifts up and grabs her hood and just pulls it back. And you see, for the first time, Princess Mayhan. She's a young, white-scaled kobold, but not ordinary by any nature. Her scales sort of shimmer with frost, almost like it's struck with oil. Iridescent. There's a rainbowy sheen that catches different colors in this dark moonlit room, depending on the light. Her eyes are silver, they have pale blue pupils, almost like you're staring at the bottom of a lake lit up by the moon. She has tiny horns that curl back along her skull like crescent moons, polished with care and ornamented with fine silver chains, and a flowing gown of layered silks, white as sand, hemmed in pale silver embroidery that depicts moons, stars, and wave crests. Across her shoulders, you see a cloak, shimmering cloak, enchanted to look like it's woven from moonlight itself, and it ripples like liquid as she steps down a few steps towards you, though still a decent distance away. The crown on her head is subtle. It's a circlet, pearls and glass, adorned with a shard carved straight from moonstone itself. And she is absolutely adorned with jewelry. Lake pearls, desert glass, blending both halves of her kingdom's identity, of the sand and the lake behind you. I'll take it into consideration. Do mind yourself on the way out, Prince Kurt. The deserts are dangerous these days. The prince bows his head once. Never too dangerous for one of my kind, but kind words nonetheless. May the moon be with you. And with you. Prince Kurt turns to you all. He winks. Good luck. And he heads out of the chamber. You hear the sound of the doors closing behind him as two of those pale, silvery moonlit guards take their place behind the door. The princess steps down. 1 step, 2 steps. She looks oh so small the longer she steps down, and the shorter she gets in appearance. But she hums with authority. I remember you two. From the masquerade ball. Aston and Blackwood. Far from your home in Tyrosa. Bridget kind of looks at Ginny and steps forward. You honor us with this greeting, Princess. I suppose you know why we're here, if you know of our lineage. Perhaps. Though, interestingly, I'm more interested in the folk behind you. Quite an unusual group of travelers, I would think. Bodyguards? Or something more? Bridget kind of looks nervous for a second. Bodyguards. And have been doing an excellent job, as you can probably tell by what Prince Kurt has said, and on the behalf that we arrived into Sarnia after going through the scathing wilds alive. We seek your library, Princess. Many do. Very few make it there. Do all of you seek the library? Or just those seeking the truth of the Aston lineage? I highly doubt those bodyguards of yours are coming with you to the library just for the sake of coming to the library. You're paying them something else. I'd like to know what it is. And I'd like to hear them speak, if you don't mind.
We're cooked.
She's like,
Cecilia will kind of look at Viz.
Nev Frog blinks in her frog form.
Aurora's ears just go flat.
Bridget kind of looks at you all as if trying to muster up some courage. Many of them are very gifted speakers. They've gotten me out of their fair share of issues. Well, come on up, one of you. Please.
Do we all just push? Do we all just push Cecilia up there?
The fucking please.
Aurora looks at the group and takes a step forward.
Cecilia will step behind her.
And Biz will step behind Cecilia. We'll make a line.
Do we all just get in single file?
Got it, single fucking file.
It's like that bit. Welcome to the Tipton, where everything is sweet. You guys just jump into like a coordinated dance.
Shaq's that reference just killed me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, princess.
Are you like leaning
Cecilia
around
will,
behind me?
I kind of like, I'm behind you, but I'm like a step over.
Okay.
Like I'm a half step behind you, but I'm not like directly behind you.
Okay, because I was wondering if you just like leaned around, like talking around me.
No.
I am the wall of this group right now.
Cecilia will curtsy. That feels like the appropriate thing to do. Cecilia would know what to do in this situation. Allison doesn't. So Cecilia would try to be polite, and I am somewhat of a scholar myself, so just the opportunity to travel to a center of knowledge such as this is truly an honor and a privilege.
An honor and a privilege that no one else has experienced before. What makes you so think that you'll survive when others have not?
Of course, there is no saying that we would, but we are quite a capable group, and I have much faith that we will make it to the library and back.
And you're a wizard yourself. Is this endeavor
I
truly
am.
noble? You seek nothing else of your own to foster your own knowledge from.
Any knowledge that I gather in my studies furthers knowledge more generally. I only seek to learn from a time long forgotten things that I think would benefit everybody.
Everybody.
It's really an honor. Yes,
Is it truly everybody, or is it a select few?
I think it's everybody.
Make a persuasion or a deception check, depending on if you're.
It's persuasion.
Okay.
Cecilia is telling the truth. She believes very wholeheartedly. Okay, I will be using Chronal Shift to reroll that. That was a 1. And I have 5 companions within 30 feet of me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, we took a long rest. That would be an 18.
18. Alright. I believe you believe what you're saying. Fewer people would come.
Cecilia will
to
just
see my
smile.
approval. So your honorable intentions are beginning. And what of the rest of you? Those without inclination for knowledge. Do you seek to loot the library?
Aurora bows to the princess. I myself seek knowledge, but not in an academic way. I seek to find a way to regain memories that were lost to me. And I hope that the library might be able to... Yes, I hope the library might be able to answer my questions. Help me find what was lost.
Fascinating. There are many wizards who are quite powerful and can restore memories that are lost. Clerics as well. But to seek it from the source shows great fortitude. The library reveals much to many. Oftentimes it reveals the things that we don't even want to admit to ourselves. To seek out something that you don't fully understand, I find quite noble. Very well. Anyone else? I need you to make a persuasion check, Aurora. And I'll be counting this total.
Me? Oh.
Mhm.
Uh-oh. I am not a
Flash of genius, add +5 to that whatever you roll.
Thank you, because I have a -1.
I know.
Oh, fuck, that was a nat 1.
Oh,
I can use Chronal Shift on somebody else. I will use it for Aurora.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
That's my last Chronal Shift, guys. I also rolled a 1 the first time.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh my god. Oh boy. Okay, that was do I still get the Flash of Genius?
I think
Yeah.
so. It's just a reroll.
Okay.
yeah.
So so that was 12 minus 1, 11 plus 5 is 16.
Okay. 16.
Thank you to you both.
I also could be wrong, but I gave somebody the last time we played Fortune's Favor.
Okay.
I don't know if that lasts for a long
I think that was you. I remember you giving one to me when we did the joust, but I did use it during the joust.
I think I have since given it to Nev.
Oh, what? I have a thing?
I don't know if that lasts.
It probably would have
That's a long
expired by
rest.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have expired by now.
Okay, then never mind.
Anyone else?
Nev is making an effort to make herself as small as possible to be unseen.
I think if either Cecilia or Viz is standing near Glorb, she will glance down at them with a look of like, should she be talking? Just because Cecilia and Viz are the social ones.
I think Cecilia would kind of like nod and kind of giving a look of like, I think we're all talking situation.
Oh
I
no!
think this is an individual interview kind of situation.
Oh no!
Because like I have -1
say-
persuasion, so do
I
you
will
want
say-
me to talk?
This is not a everybody needs to talk situation. This is, I'm looking for 2 out of 3 successful rolls.
Oh, okay.
They know
Okay.
what Bridget and Jenny want. They are curious as to what you want.
Okay.
I guess.
Viz-
I was-
I just want to say real quick, Mirabelle's not gonna step forward, but she is eyeing Princess Mayhan because both she and I want to see if the princess remembers her. Because I think Mirabelle's the only person in this party that has actually interacted with her previously.
You were wearing a mask.
That is true.
You were wearing
We
a
were
mask.
all
that was
masked.
I swear they exchanged names though, because I have in my notes that they established contact with each other because Princess Mayhan was looking for mercenaries. So I feel like there would have been. Plus, I mean, if necessary, I'm pretty sure Mirabelle still has the mask on her if she needs to prove she's the one Princess Mayhan talked to.
That's up to you. What would you like to do, guys?
I have. Oh, sorry. Keep talking. Evan, were you gonna say something? Oh, okay.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you
Yeah.
now.
Okay, I don't know why I cut out there. I could hear you, and it was picking up that I was talking. But
Nope.
So Viz stepped up, and he, I guess it'll be his turn. He didn't disguise himself this time. Viz goes, so, I have been exposed to anti-nithine,
Oh God.
and rather than having I mean, I guess it's a drawback. I don't fully understand it, so I was hoping to get information on what happened to me and how maybe to fix it. I think it's best if I show you what I can do. And then Viz will change into D8. He'll turn into Glorb.
Good lord.
There is a series of gasps around the room as people kind of recoil. Princess Mayhan
And then
does
he'll
not look
turn in-
startled.
He'll turn into fucking, I don't know, fucking Cecilia, and then he'll turn back to Viz. I could not do that before.
Fascinating. I would like you to make a persuasion check with a very high DC. Bridget turns to Cecilia, just whispers, I thought we weren't gonna talk about that.
Listen, I forgot genuinely. So we can
this
keep
is
it.
not
We
very
can keep it.
interesting.
Nah, this shit's canon. Let's go.
Yeah. So 19 plus 7.
Hell yeah.
All right.
I hope that does the dog.
Princess Mayhan kind of just goes, incredible. I would like to be alone with this group of individuals.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Shit!
No, guys, I think this is good.
No.
I think this is good.
The kobold, the old kobold standing behind her goes, Princess, please, we insist. I would like to be alone. You are my guard, are you not? You're employed by me. You do
Damn.
as I say.
Oh,
Holy shit. Dog. God damn.
Exit the hall and close the door behind you.
Don't let it hit you on the way out.
Do you say that?
Did you say that?
No, I'm saying she says that.
No,
The
wait.
advisor
What
kinda-
if? Oh, this is crazy.
The advisor
never
kind of takes a step back and goes, "As you wish, Your Majesty. Everyone out!" And everybody rapidly, in a very disordered way, leaves the hall. The two guards behind. The advisor kind of turns and looks, and she tilts her head and goes, "I will be fine. They brought in no weapons. And I'm skilled enough to handle whatever comes my way." And he goes, "Yes, ma'am." And the doors close.
Can I just say that Aurora leans over to Viz and whispers, "I do believe that is what they call a burn."
We're so fucked.
Princess Mahon kind of takes off her cloak, the shimmering cape, and just kind of puts it on the chair to the side. Under, she's wearing very simple robes, though very fine and expensive. Shit, she's fucking jacked, bro. She's just got like a fucking apron.
She's like, I wanted you alone so I could execute you myself.
She's got the washboard abs and everything.
She kind of takes her hand and holds it up, and you see a beam of silver light kind of just form into a ball in her hand. "I would like to show you something. Something of great importance to my family." She throws the orb up into the ceiling, and the orb hovers for a second, like a glowing moon, before it kind of erupts. On the ceiling, that moon, the sundial, but for moons, shifts. And you see a dancing mirage, almost like shadow puppets, but very, very detailed shadow puppets. You see color sprinkled between them, lights from the moons and the ceilings around, as an illusion mixes in. "I don't know what this Antinethine is, but I do remember the stories of the assassinations. The Covingtons were good people, and I do not seek good people dying for no reason. I'm assuming this Antinethine has something to do with their death. You were all there,
It does.
were you not?"
Yes.
Yeah.
You and I did speak about potential
Ah.
business.
Fascinating. Well, it is good to see you again.
It is a pleasure to see you as well, Princess.
May I ask you all a question?
Yeah, shoot.
In your opinion, how important is the perceived notion of history? How important is it that we are accurate when we describe things that have happened and things that are to come? And I don't mean textbook legacies. I mean things like parables, things we use as a dividing light. Is the history or the message more important?
Shouldn't they go hand in hand?
We exist in the real world. Accurate depictions of the world should prepare people best to function within it practically.
Okay. Do you all agree?
Not necessarily.
Then speak, wizard.
Sometimes, in certain cases, the message is more important.
And what would that situation be where a message is more important?
Perhaps one that favors unity over conflict? It shouldn't be used to... In many cases, I think Glorb is right. I think the truth should weigh out over potential messages, and people should have an accurate and detailed understanding of history. Sometimes, in very certain cases, and that is to prevent it from being misused by the powers at hand. But sometimes the message can also protect people. I don't know. I'm rarely the one to make that decision. I suppose I see both sides as it is, but I don't disagree with Glorb.
I feel like a decision is rarely made intentionally. That's why this subject is so fascinating. Are you aware of the bones that this city stands on? Do you know the story of my city's
read
people?
about it.
Right. For those who haven't, I'll refresh your memory. The colors above those shadow puppets begin to move, and they come to life. And you see minor illusions begin to appear on the ceiling. The kobolds were once enslaved by the dragons. You see depictions of war and combat. Dragons breathing fire that kill and murder many kobolds at a time, chains holding them down. The dragonborn no choice but to obey. It was a hard life. At the end of the day, they were all slaves. But there was an uprising. In a kobold's great time of need, a portal opened, and out came a divine being. One who could free us. One who believed we deserved it. Both the Dragonborn and the kobolds. And one who knew hatred for the other was just hatred at a common enemy. You see, erupting from the sky in this image, a cloaked bronze kobold stepping down. A bow appears and an arrow is drawn back, and it fires and releases. A dragon erupts into sparkles. It was a hard war. The goddess herself could not simply be responsible for destroying every enslaved kobold and dragonborn. The throne that my family follows are descendants of one of these heroes, Jad, a kobold patron and paladin of the Bronze Avenger, who came to free us. In some depictions, a sire of the Bronze Avenger, a son. It was a heroic and holy lineage. You see the armored paladin take a sword. Behind them, a kobold ice out a dragon's tail into a block. As the dragon swings it back and forth in an attempt to kill them both, the paladin stabs upward and slices into the heart. Jad himself is the slayer of the dragon who makes the walls of this castle. A great hero. One that we've honored over and over and over again. A descendant of mine and my brother's. The library holds the truth of our people. A record and lost legacy of when we broke free from the dragons and ruled the scathing tundra ourselves. bloodlines disappeared in that war. Only scraps of their courage remain. I will give you permission to enter the library, should you survive the journey. I will fund your way there, and ensure that you have a clean, safe start, under my order and duty. But I would see their stories remembered, their names honored, their families restored in dignity. I ask of you to help me on behalf of the Crown, yes, but more than that, I ask of you to help on behalf of all kobolds. The desert deserves to remember us as victors, not just survivors. And everybody who assisted alongside Jad must be honored, and the truth must come out. There's an artifact inside the library, the Testament of Jad. Supposedly it is written by the kobold survivors after the fall of the Draconic regime, and it is believed to describe Jad's righteous crusade. Should you intend to enter the library, should you find your way through, and should you stumble across the Testament, I would greatly reward you to have it returned to me. Quietly. Many histories could be held within its depths. Many that the city is not ready to hear just yet. It's a history that must be handled delicately, and I intend to do it justice. But to do that, I'll need your help. You'll be rewarded greatly, of course, should you take up the mantle. So, what do you say?
I believe that is, yes, we will seek out the testament for you. Your Highness.
Cecilia nods.
You agree quickly. While I honor the courage, I want to ensure that you fully understand what I'm asking you to undertake. You may be regarded as heroes, but history loves to make villains too. You must be very careful with what you find in that library. If there's one thing it's historically been good at, it's breaking souls and destroying lives. Many who enter the library never come out the same. I wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemy. Yet
Do you
you're
know
here
any
anyway.
names of... Do you know any names of people who have come out changed?
The last individual who claimed to enter the library I interviewed last year. He was a kobold adventurer. Originally, he was just looking along the railway to see if he could stumble across any bandits and steal their goods and return them to kobolds in need, a Robin Hood sort of figure. Unfortunately, he stumbled across a sand dune that sucked him under. He was able to escape, but he went mad. He was never the same, speaking in rhymes and riddles, testimonies of things no one could comprehend. I tried to journal his thoughts originally, but it's not even that there's no making sense of them, it's not... nothing useful. Memories of the worst parts, that's all. He died last month. The doctors say his mind imploded.
You say you attempted to journal what he said. Do you still have any of those writings? Perhaps we might be able to glean something from them?
You can certainly try. Above her, the magic dissolves. I've had it reviewed by several of my friends, other scholars across Gildmoor. Wizards are quite adept at being able to tell the difference between method and madness. But, she looks at you, Cecilia. Perhaps some madness has yet to be untouched. She walks over to a bookshelf that lines the walls, and she pulls out a very, very thin, very, very small journal, and hands it to you. Apologies that it's not any longer. At one point he was speaking in hieroglyphics, and I wish that were an exaggeration. Line left, line right, line up, line down. Quite the challenge.
Wild. Cecilia doesn't say that.
Yeah.
Holly does.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I legitimately want to ask, how the heck do you speak in hieroglyphs, but you just answered my question.
Beetle. Line up, line down. Beetle, beetle, beetle.
Beetle, beetle, beetle.
Beetle, 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 sphinx, bowl.
You know that button
Or-
where it's like lizard, lizard, lizard,
Lizard. That's actually. Here's the thing. What's funny is like, I know how to read some hieroglyphics, and yeah, it's exactly like that.
Yeah, it's out of character. The person who we want to give this to is Meg, but in character, the person we want to give this to is Cecilia.
Oh, hey, I mean, Nev is pretty smart too. She could probably.
No, I just mean like in hieroglyphs that you would know hieroglyphs. Anyways.
We'll look at it together, but Cecilia's the one with the keen mind, so we might want to get her to look at it at least once.
Yeah, you've got
Before
your
about to pop up to the library.
you've got your photographic memory.
Yeah. Thank you, Princess. This is most helpful. And we are honored to assist you in this way as well.
I greatly appreciate it. I will reward you greatly if you arrive here alive. And assist you in any way further that I can with your journeys.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Before
Cecilia
you
will
leave,
kind of like look at Bridget and Jenny. Oh, yeah.
when you return, I'd be interested to hear more of the Santina theme. I have sources that say that is a particular subject that has been ruminating around the darker parts of Sarnia these days. It's quite concerning.
Of course, Princess. It is. It's deeply concerning. Hopefully, when we return, we will have more information for you on it.
Fascinating. Very well. And as for you, Lady Blackwood and Lady Aston, I hope you find what you're looking for. I will provide you with camels and a cart to take you there.
Thank you. Thank you, Princess. Cecilia is stoked.
Very well.
If you'll permit me to ask before we part ways, Princess, the task you have just given us. I know when we spoke all the way back at the masquerade ball, you told me you were looking for mercenaries. Is this the task you were inquiring about? Or is that an entirely different matter?
Oh, this was the task. Unfortunately, I've asked many individuals to head into the library on my behalf. I'm getting quite tired of being and feeling responsible for killing adventurers. I hope this time's different.
Gulp.
You must be hungry.
Well,
They have very, very good feta sandwiches this time of year. I will have them sent to your inn. You get
That
the
would be
sense.
most welcome, thank you.
I can't read this lady's vibe.
You get
She's
the
fun.
sense
I like her.
she's a little spacey. It would be a good way to put it.
Yeah, I was like, This girl's head's in the clouds
she's
a little
jacked.
bit.
She's off.
And she will kill
Yeah,
us.
and she will kill us. Yeah.
I think I remember kind of getting that vibe from her because
I don't remember at all.
I'm remembering all the way back because I think Princess Mayhem was the last person Mirabelle danced with in that final sequence. Because she wanted Ginny, but Aurora got thrown into that. So Princess Mayhem ended up taking it. I think she's
the wild idea right now. So.
Yeah, I think I remember she actually sniffed out the fact that Mirabelle was there on mercenary business, but pivoted it into, well, if you're a mercenary, I've got work for you if you're interested.
Yeah, she's a
Hell
little,
yeah.
she's a little spacey. And she goes, it's hot this time of year. I'll make sure you have cooling towels inside of your cart. And do mind the cats. They like to sneak in.
The whole group looks at Viz.
We're talking
No,
he looks at Glorb and Aurora and goes, oh.
Well, my truly irritating.
Is Jeff with us?
No, he left that. He left Jeff in the room. No, he left Jeff in the room.
Yeah, where's my name of Jeff?
Well, my truly
Aurora
irritating
looks up
guard
at
have
this.
left me alone for a moment. I'm going to catch up on my reading. Unless there's anything else you need of me.
I have one thing. It's currently holding us up, but if you would like us to leave as quickly as possible, I can try to see if it can be expedited. I do have something in the works with one of the local blacksmiths. I can ask them if there's a way to expedite it. Otherwise, I will just have to wait until we get back. Hopefully, we'll get back.
I would hate to have the local blacksmiths do too much work on your behalf. You're free to wait if you'd rather. I'm in no particular rush. As I said, I've sent many a guard and many a troop after the library for many a year.
Well, we can wait 3 days then.
What?
She's like, yeah, I'm in no rush to send you off to what's basically a suicide mission. Have fun.
Although I should warn you,
I mean,
once you receive the camels,
Nev kind of.
thieves tend to be a target.
Nev's just kind of like, I don't know if this is something we should like be waiting on though.
Yeah, but 3 days, I think.
And y'all, I really want my new weapons.
Yeah, I think we should go in prepared. And it's like 3 days game time. Like, granted, we've done all this stuff in 2 days, but we could have 3 days of downtime.
Yeah, 3 days
You could have
downtime.
your guides
shopping.
done. You could have some time putting some stuff together.
Yeah,
get
boys'
some-
night.
Nice night.
Yeah, boys' night.
My only suggestion is can I have a new taser camera by the end of these 3 days?
You know?
Who
Have
knows?
some time for Ned to
Yeah,
do
let
some
them work on
tinkering.
it.
She's been working on it for like a month.
Yeah. Get some good tinkering done.
What you do with the downtime is up to you. While you are kind of looking at one another, Princess Mayhan's already gone back to the throne where she picks up a book that she seems to have been reading. It's a romance
What
novel.
book? Incredible.
Cecilia.
Which one?
Cecilia,
I wanna look.
this is the one in your personal collection.
Which one is it? Which one is it?
It
Do you need the list?
Yeah, here's the list. I don't want to fuck up the name.
Wait, you actually have a list?
Yeah, here's the
Okay,
list.
there's a couple options. We've got the Twining Moons, Valiant Ladies, One Dark Doorway, Parchment Lovers, The Howler's Theory.
What the fuck?
Wait,
These are based on real romance novels.
Did you actually come up with these titles?
Yes, they're based on real life romance novels.
It's the Moons one.
The Twining Moons, a
the
tiefling
Twining
named
Moons.
Zav and a gymnast named Royal, and they're both responsible for running different booths at the Lovers Festival. Enemies to lovers.
Oh dear lord.
It's period appropriate.
It is that
Which
one.
is supposed to lovers. As she goes back to it, Cecilia's gonna say, "Oh, great read."
It's quite good. I haven't gotten to the part yet where they kiss, but I feel like I'm almost there.
There's good tension. The author really did a good job with that.
Attention's
Now
great.
having experienced a Lovers Festival, I thought it was quite accurate.
It's pretty accurate. I have some quarrels with the way that they describe the different moons in tandem. She didn't get any of the moon theologically correct, which is quite irritating as a sorcerer myself.
That I can understand that.
Cecilia,
Yeah. Some of that lore got a little lost. Yeah.
while you are having this conversation, you're talking about romance novels and a collectively interesting journey of the Lovers Festival and romance culture of the sort. You're all relaxing a little bit as you get the chance to leave. And right as you feel like your shoulders are finally dropping, in your head, you are startled by the sound of a siren as your alarm spell goes off in your head.
Oh fuck.
Uh-oh.
And that is where we're going to end the session.
My name is Jeff!
Oh no!
My name is Jeff. No, Shex, you better not fucking kill him. I'll kill you. I'll kill you, Shex. That's my boy.
Oh my god.
My name is Jeff.
Regardless, we'll pick up what happens with the alarm spell later on. You guys can start planning your downtime for a couple of days before we head off into the desert, and then you guys will be off into the library.
Okay. Woo.
Woo! Okay, see you guys next time.